Chapter 2, Bullet Point 4. Fortify yourself. Fortify yourself with your past experiences. Fortify yourself with your past experiences. Now, some people are going to try and gaslight you into believing that this world is fair. Well, it's not. However, everybody has advantages in certain areas and disadvantages in other areas. Black people don't have the advantage in the West, but they do in Africa. White people don't have the advantage in Africa, but they do in the West. This comes down to the primitive tribalistic instinct that humans think they have evolved past. But they are unconscious. They are either unaware or they deny it. The us and them mindset that causes this type of attitude, belief, and behavior stems from the scarcity and survival mindset. It is fear of the unknown. Thank goodness that most people will treat you the way that you treat them. That's an individualistic thing, and then there's the family. There might be a man with a wife and some kids. He'll treat you exactly how you treat him. So be nice. Yeah, thank goodness that most people will treat you the way you treat them. I wish this world was a fair and just world. I really do. But for now, we have to work with what we have. We've got. And we have to change the system from within. The only people that should be in positions of authority are those who have empathy. I've heard many times in the past, "Oh, our leaders are so stupid. They don't know what they are doing." That's incorrect. They know exactly what they are doing. There's probably a lot more that we don't know. There's probably a lot more than what we realize. So there's no handle that holds this side of the window shut. That's why I always hold my cup this way. Just even more precaution for the cup handle of the cup. On this bit here, there's a hook that I can hook it onto. There's no hook over here. Okay, heart now. Should I actually see it? Okay. So I use this cup as a part of familiarity. There was a time when I realized, hey, I'm actually always using the same cup, because I've got 4 cups, but there's 2 of them are the same and then 2 different. And I was like, well, every time I do a recording at home, I'm going to use that cup just for familiarity's sake. But I've got another one that's exactly the same, and I've got another 2 that's totally different. And the only reason why I have my handle here is, again, so that if that window does come, and I know I'm just going to push it away if I do, but it says North Power is the name of the company, and it says, I like it too, because it says own the outcome. It's got a picture, own the outcome. It's got another picture for Kuruwai or something, or not a Kuruwai, that's the sun, but then it also has that little spiral thing. Slipped my mind. I know it, but slipped my mind. So, own the outcome, another picture, be mindful, be present, be safe. And then you got another koru thing, but a bit different. And it says, earn the trust, and then you got nakahi, Māori word for snake, and it says act as one. Of course, yeah. Anyways, no, they know what they are doing, they just don't care. It's probably a lot more than what we realise. No, they know what they're doing, they just don't care. Many of them have no empathy. I'm sure there's those who do have a lot of empathy. In fact, I know there is. That's why there's protests. That's why there is debates. Our leaders are not stupid. They do know what they are doing, and they know what impacts their decisions are going to have. With that being said, if you've achieved something in your life, You have learnt to navigate where it was that you had the upper hand and where you have been dealt the short end of the stick. If you can navigate these things, you can navigate the world. Obviously, some people are so severely disabled that it seems that would be ridiculous to expect that of them, or so it seems. But I believe in providing support for those people. And by support, I don't just mean a room, clothes, and food to eat. I mean giving them some level of responsibility in areas or things that they can do so that they can feel a part of something. All human beings need to feel like they belong. And all human beings need to feel as though they are contributing towards the group and have a position and value within the group. A place where they can say, yes, here is a group of people or groups of people where I have a part or parts to play, where I am valued, where I have things or skills to contribute. Without these, what is the purpose of life? This whole thing that autistic and ADHD people are individualistic and don't desire, I'm reading my spelling wrong, and don't desire to be a part of the team is false. And in fact, no, and we probably become so hyper vigilant and hyper individualistic because of the fact that many autistic, ADHD, and all other forms of neurodivergent people are isolated. Many of us aren't, though. We've been bullied relentlessly, bullied ruthlessly growing up, but we also find each other. And then from there it comes down to what stage in their healing are they in. Not to mention we still have to navigate this world. Also there's the fact that none of those things are personalities. They are ways in which we receive, perceive, and communicate information to each other. They're not personalities. Not to mention there is nationality, ethnicity, gender, socio-economic classes, spirituality, sexuality, age, amongst other things, which influence our life experiences and our life quality. This is why it is so important to keep a list of all of your major accomplishments in life. Graduating high school, getting your driver's license, scoring your first job, losing your virginity, any sporting competition that you have won, and every creative arts competition you have won. Remember all of your friendships. Remind yourself continuously of how far you have come. Celebrate all of your small wins. Be grateful for your friends, your parents, your siblings. And siblings, providing that none of these people are abusive. Remember, things compound and momentum always picks up. And momentum is always far harder to stop than it is to maintain or even to continue to increase once you have picked up the momentum. I was always told to focus on what I could improve. But I say experiment whilst you are young. Figure out what you enjoy and where you get the results you want. And then focus 80% of your attention, energy, effort, and focus solely on those things that you get the good results that you want in. Momentum always compounds, so make sure that you're putting your energy, effort, and focus in the right things, the things that you can be great in, the things that you enjoy, the things that come natural to you, and you're getting good or even great results at. Whilst the last 20% is spent on keeping the other areas of your life and or relationships with the outside world intact. In other words, those who are outside of your immediate circle in order to keep things functional and hopefully even beneficial for everybody involved. The 80% is spent on those closest to you, your employment, and if your career is not based on if based on a hobby or hobbies that you get great results in, then not only will the